A moment ago, I stumbled upon a most amazing phenomenon. Something so incredible, I mistrust my own judgment. Look.
Okay, awesome. Well, so Iowa. Okay, that's awesome. I'm in Idaho right now. So I've lived there
Cool.
for probably about 20 years. It's a pretty good little state. Um,
Yeah.
so when was microwave formed, and how did it come about?
What basically what
That's
was
weird.
going I was playing in a band called Experimental Mind Therapy, which I had started. It was 2000s, I think no, early 2000s. Because I had no, mid. Um, but the bands kind of fell apart, and so I started my microwave project and just kind of I was the I was songwriter in Experimental Mind Therapy. And when I left that band, I kind of took some of the songs with me and re-envisioned them as microwaved. But yeah, the ideas started in the 90s, but I didn't actually make it happen until the mid 2000s.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And what
Yeah.
instruments do you play?
Well, I can obviously programming, I can do keyboard, piano, guitar, bass. I can play some badass AC/DC on the drums, but that's that's all hi hat, snare, and
I
kick.
got you. I
One,
got
two,
you.
three.
I hear you. I know.
So
I love playing drums too, but yeah, I'm very simple when it comes to it. I can do a good rock beat. I know what you're saying.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that or Van
My
Halen
uncle,
back.
when I was a kid, my uncle was a drummer in a band called Aces and Eights here,
Oh,
and he taught me how to do the drums when I was maybe 11 or 12. He taught me the basic 4/4 rhythm on the
yeah,
drums, to
yeah.
doing the kick, the snare, and the hi hat, and a little bit of fills and stuff like that. So he kind of inspires me. Like, I can't play the drums like he could, but I can program the drums.
Thank God for a lessons drum machine I have. I love it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, an old school one. Where did you come up with the band name?
Um, are you familiar with the band Pitch Shifter?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yep. It was album. It was the microwave from their album.
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
Yeah.
well that settles that.
Yeah.
So how do you come about your creative process of creating songs? What's your inspiration?
What um inspirations are all over the place. Like, I get inspiration from everything. I can be reading a comic book and get inspiration. But what happens is I hear a sound, or I get an idea in my head, and I'm like I'll be listening to a record, like on the song Save Me. I talk about this often because it's the an ex, like it's the freshest idea I had in my head.
Yeah.
I wanted to program a song like Fear Factory. I wanted the drums to sound like a Fear Factory song.
Great band.
Right.
Oh
I
yeah.
really wanted that machine kick. And
Gotcha.
so I started writing the song, and I don't know. I can't play guitar like Dino Cazares. Can't do it. Just not that good. And so I couldn't get the guitar to work with the drums like I wanted it to. And then Kim from Bow Out, I let her hear the song, and she's like, "Oh, this I got to do this." And
Hmm.
she came back with the lyrics in like 4 hours, and
Wow.
whole recording done.
Wow.
And we just put it together, and it was great. And so my inspiration, a lot of times I'll hear something, a sound or a noise, or I'll read something, or a movie. A lot of times I pull inspiration from movies. Um, and then I just get an idea. Well, I want to try and do something like that. I want to create that. So I just sit down at my keyboard or the computer or and I just start hammering on to get an idea that works.
Okay.
And
Uh,
my creativity flow is I will sit down and write a whole song in one session and then come back and edit later.
hmm, gotcha. Okay, I got a question because
Yeah.
I'm playing this. I don't know if you hear it in the background, but playing one of your albums in the background at the Heart of Death. Who's the
Mhm.
young lady on the cover of that?
That is my friend Brandy Von. She is a photographer and artist out of
Hmm.
Oklahoma.
Oh,
And
oh,
Brandy and I together, yeah, at the Heart of Death through all the way up until The Dead Shall Walk. Brandy was my artist for everything for all my album covers. She is an
hmm.
amazing talent, and she has treated me well. I've been working with her for probably close to 20 years,
Wow. No,
or maybe 15, maybe
wow.
closer to 15 years.
That's still a good amount of time though. That's awesome. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I heard in one of your posts that you were doing a live show. And you said it's been a long time since I've been up here doing this. But so you
Yep.
took a break. So what was the meaning of taking a long
Yeah.
break? And how did
Well,
it feel being back?
kids.
So that's a two-parter.
Yeah. I took I took a break from music because I have the time or the do it for a long time. Like I was releasing stuff, but playing live, I just didn't have the time or the money.
Yeah.
I was working really crappy jobs and hours, and um, I was in Waterloo, Iowa, and there's no real venues there anymore. So it's hard when you're an electronic band. Is likes drummers and metal, and
Yeah, because they like
uh,
live drums. Yeah, it's the same
yeah,
with this little town.
yeah,
They don't like people that just have stuff recorded and that they come in and do the show. They don't
yeah.
do that. Yeah,
And so there wasn't a lot of opportunity for me to play live in that. I moved down to Des Moines.
I
Um,
understand that.
and my kids are old; they don't require as much as my attention. Um, and I'm in a better place for creativity. Des Moines has a better vibe for my style of music, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start playing live then.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was great. It was a rough show. I mean, it was, and I played a lot of wrong notes, but I got up on stage and I did it for the first time in 9 years, and I'll be back. We're going to be back in Des Moines November 5th with Voice Coil.
oh, cool, wonderful. I'm gonna have to check
Yeah,
them out. So, what's one of your favorite
yeah.
memories with microwave? One of your fondest memories that you have? Something that sticks out the most that just still blows your mind when you think
You
about it.
know, when we played with Cyanotic at La Crosse in Wisconsin at the warehouse, which for anybody watching this, if you haven't been to the warehouse in La Crosse, Wisconsin, it is a must stop for any touring act.
That's Sean Payne,
It
right?
is the best. Yep, Cyanotic and Sean
Yeah,
Payne.
Sean Payne. Yeah.
That was in 2000. Yeah, that was in 2014 that I hopped on a show with him, Ross, and he produced my Jesse album.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Awesome.
Yeah, so getting to actually hang out with Sean and play a show with him was the highlight of my microwave time so far. But things,
Cool.
it's gonna move. Sean is gonna be working with me on my next album with me and Jennifer.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that because he brings a uniqueness to it that's incredible.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What was a challenging track for you? One of your most challenging tracks that you know?
Hmm. Anytime I try and sing, it's challenging.
It's all
But
challenging.
yeah,
Is that what you
the
just said? Yeah.
bees on my one EP, Butterflies and Butt Sex. There's a song called Brighter Day,
I love
and
the name
it's
of that.
uh,
Sorry. It's a good one.
Brighter
That's a
Day
good
is
butterfly and butt sex.
yeah. That song's about a stripper friend of mine and the way she got treated by the industry.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. But Brighter Day, the B side to that single, vocals are the most melodic vocal done, and that was probably the most challenging song I've ever done. Mark Miller from Out Out produced that single.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And speaking of the word industry, how's the music industry treated you so far in your project?
Um, I have been in the business playing and touring since 1993. Um,
When the Marine Corps then?
yeah,
Yeah, in
I've
1993, I joined the
been
Marine
this a
Corps.
long time.
Yeah, that's 31 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wow.
Crazy. Woo!
Yeah. The industry has changed dramatically since I first started. Um, I, I've been I've done it all from interviewing bands when I was in college, writing for my college newspaper, um, and then like I worked at a club in Cedar Falls, called Stebbs when I booked bands like Hate Department and Sister Mission when they were touring in the late '90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Um,
No, a drummer for one of
but
the drummers for 16 volts. Uh, Jason Bassett.
yeah, I know Jason.
Yeah, you know Jason? Oh, he's
Yep,
awesome.
yep.
Great
I
guy.
met I we hung out. Jason and I hung out in La Crosse, Wisconsin,
Oh, really?
with when sick. Yeah, at the Kemper that Jason played drums for.
Yeah, yeah, he's a great drummer. It's amazing. Amazing guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like to
yeah,
talk to him at times. So that's cool.
yeah,
um,
yeah.
so bands that you collaborated with,
Ooh, that's a
is
long
that a
list.
big
I
list?
love to collaborate. That's a very long list.
Stop,
I
collaborate and
love to.
listen. Microwave's back with a brand new edition. Okay, go
Exactly.
for it.
Um, boy, like recent collaborations is like Angel Angel from Nemoria, um, Chaos Doll, Gabby Gustus, Eva X. Um, who else? I worked Safra um for my silent soliloquy. She did the spoken word on that. And she's on oh Jim Semenok's label. I can't think of it at the moment. Oh, Distortion. She's on Distortion. Um, Jeff Savage. Oh, I said that wrong. But Jeff from Titanosaur, Tara from Morgue Witch, Sheil from Gravity Kills,
Hmm.
Sean Payne, Chris Harris from Project 4. Boy, I've worked with lots of people.
Got a good list.
Siebold, Yeah, Siebold from Hate Department has produced tracks for me.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
Lovely department.
yeah, so do I. Ivan Russia from Bellhead. I
Okay,
worked with
yeah, go ahead,
Ivan
yeah.
did a yeah, Ivan did a remix and he contributed vocals to a song of mine and um
Awesome.
yeah, I'm Dave from Society Burning. I've worked with Dave several times. Dave McAnally from Derision Cult. He's powered for me on countless releases. Um, yeah, it's a long list.
That is a long list. That's a good list.
Yeah.
Right on. So you planning any kind of tour or in the future
Uh,
or
maybe next year.
okay?
We have a lot of work. As far as I want to get some new songs done with Jennifer on vocals.
But yeah,
Um, and so Jennifer and I have some work to do. I want to
excuse me.
kind of get tracks going.
Yeah.
We're working on a secret cover that we're going to be doing live
Ah,
that
cover.
she requested, but I'm working on that, but I'm doing the programming now. Um, but
I
yeah, I
asked,
mean, just a little bit.
I talked with Klaus from
Yeah.
Leather Strip and requested him to do "High" by The Cure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said that's a great possibility. I think he's gonna do it for me.
Didn't he do he did Lullaby, didn't he? Wasn't that one of the covers he did back in the 90s
I think
for
he did a
Petra
whole
for that?
album of a bunch of different covers. Yeah, and I think that was
Yeah.
one of them. And he said that he's actually going to do a full length Cure album. So,
Hmm,
yeah,
cool.
all nothing but Cure tracks. So
I'll
that's an
listen.
inside scoop. You're the only person that knows it, and whoever watches this. So
Yeah, that's
don't be
cool.
telling them. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I just found that out last week. So
Oh,
got it. Yeah,
wow.
hopefully I'll be talking to him soon. He's back in the studio right now though, so that's good. He's
Yeah.
he was just sick last
Yeah.
week, so well
Gotcha.
what's your favorite part of this line of work? What do you get out of this? What do you like about it?
Well, obviously there's the ego feed. I mean, for any of us that do this and say that it's not about the audience is BS.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it when people come up and say, "Hey, man, that was badass. I really like what you did," or comments on my Bandcamp or just messages saying, "Hey, what a great track." That really is the best part of it. Um, but I also love the fact that I've met so many interesting and unique people doing this. I'm actually starting at a new music venue here in Des Moines. It's a 3 seat venue. It's huge. It's gorgeous. It's brand
wow,
new. And I'll
awesome.
be doing artist security there. And that is another. I mean, just that working with people is really cool.
Which kind of leads us to one more question. That who would you like to thank and show some appreciation to for getting you where you're at?
The first and foremost, well, I'd be remiss not to thank Dave McAnally from Derision Cult for all of his friendship and support through the years. Dave and I knew each other in college in the 90s, and we drifted apart through the years. And then, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, we started hanging out again. And we pretty much, we're like, he's my sounding board. I love going to Dave. But like, other people that have been important, like one of my best music friends, Doug DeGeneiro, who was in my first band with me. Doug he's always been a great supporter, and I really enjoy him. And then you know, guys like Sean Payne from Sick. I mean, he's just a great human being, and he's always there for me. And he listens, and he feedback. He doesn't just blow smoke up my money. He cares. So Sean has been instrumental. Jeff Scheel from Gravity Kills, he instrumental. He promotes my stuff and talks about me, and I mean that's great.
That's
And
great.
I've known Jeff. I met on their first Gravity Kills tour in First Ave when I interviewed him at First Ave in Minneapolis, and we've stayed friends all these years since his first tour. Um, Steven Siebold from Hate to Pit, there was a time there that I called him like every day asking about cartoon and programming ideas and stuff. And Siebold's always had my back. He's always been a great guy. Mark Miller from Out Out has been a great friend through the years. And I met him. I interviewed him in the '90s when he was on Metropolis Records.
Oh, wow.
And it was, yeah. And so he's given me great advice through the years. I've just met so many great people in this business that have supported me and shown me support. Steven from Ego Likeness and Stoneburner. Steven is always he's always got wisdom, and he's always been approachable. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great people that I've met through the years. Yeah. Howie Benno. I really need to talk about Howie too. Um, he was a great friend before he passed away. Jamie Duffy was a really good friend before he passed away. There's just been a lot of people throughout my life that have really helped me along the way.
Wonderful. That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like time-wise we got to call it quits right now today, but we've got some more coming up. We'll go ahead and do this again. When you get some
Yeah,
stuff coming out,
absolutely.
we'll get you promoted, and yeah, I appreciate you,
Yeah.
Gabe, and it was wonderful talking with you, man.
Yeah, thank
You're
you
a
for
great
this, man.
guy, and bless you and bless your project, and hope to see you soon again.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for doing it. Appreciate it.
You got it. Anytime, man. You take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you
All
later,
right.
buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.